Historian Michael Beschloss has some prescient words that I think we should heed. I mean, let's go ahead and play them, and then we'll take it on the other side.
When Democrats start talking about abortion, Republicans need to have something to say, and so far they do not.
One of the big races left, though, is this coming Tuesday in Wyoming, and this was Liz Cheney's closing message in an ad.
If we do not condemn these lies, if we do not hold those responsible to account, we will be excusing this conduct, and it will become a feature of all elections. America will never be the same.
So, Michael, she is so far behind, but she may well have national aspirations. She could be setting the stage. She's raising a lot of money from Democrats. As much as they disagree with her on social issues, they are so impressed with the way she has co-led this committee, the January 6th committee.
All true, and not impossible that she might run someday third party for president of the United States, maybe in 24. We're guessing here. But I think the thing is that you'd expect an historian to say this, so I apologize in advance, but 20 years from now, look back on the midterms of 2022. What was at stake was not so much some of the things that we hear about, but whether this turned out to be a democracy or not, with rule of law and elections where the real winner is the one who takes office, not the loser who is declared the winner. Those things are open questions right now. So all I would say is there was once a slogan, this time, this fall, vote like your life really depended on it. It really does.
Absolutely. So vote like your lives depend on it, because it actually does. Now, when we take a look at Liz Cheney or any one of the very conservative Republicans that came out of that came out of the Trump what would we call paranoia, or the Trump indoctrination, I think we got to give them kudos. I think we have to give them kudos. But what Beschloss is saying here is something that I believe, but not only something that I believe, but something I think will have a material effect, not only on 2022, but on 2024. Because ultimately speaking, the majority of Americans, while they may have their prejudices, while they may have their concerns, while they may have their ideologies, there's one thing most of us like to believe, that we are different than many others, that we are a democracy, and there is a good chance that when many go into that booth, unlike what they did in 2020, when it was almost a protest vote to elect Donald Trump. Well, I should start in 2016, when it was almost a protest vote, the amount of votes he got, but that in 2020 he got that many. That fever, I think, is breaking. Why? Because the person who would like to become the fascist in chief is such a poor instantiation of said ideology that it turns people off. Now, let me tell you one other thing. We need to change a lot of institutional laws, etc., because somebody much more apt than Donald Trump would have pulled it off. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel. And number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.